a betrayal of friend. I experienced a massive breakup. So I started my perfume business in the month of August. My dad was heading somewhere and he had an accident.
Farouk, Shanosi Laudi Mombo. Oble, oble, oble.
2024 has been an amazing year, filled with ups and downs, filled with joy, sadness, happiness, sorrow, and it's just a year of mixed feeling. And this is the live updates. I know that I usually do not do live updates for you guys, not because I don't want to, but because most time I don't have the time. Like, time is always against me most times, especially whenever I plan the content that okay, I'll be doing it. Is either something pops up, is either I have to travel, is either I have to fix something, and before I know, I won't be able to shoot it. But anyway, this is the end of the year, and I feel like it is very, very important that I share the journey so far with you all, because you guys have been an amazing family member. Like, you guys are the best. You guys have supported me throughout 2024, and you all deserve these live updates. Hi my loves, welcome back again to the channel. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch this video. I really appreciate. Welcome to a live update, a sit down video. I know I don't do this regularly, but today we're gonna be doing it because 2024 is about to end. Oh my god, I'm so happy, I'm so excited, I'm pumped, because I believe that 2025 is gonna be a very good year. It's gonna be a fulfilling year. All things that were lost in 2024, we're gonna experience a restoration in multiple folds. So therefore, I'm excited about 2025. But yeah, that is not why we are here. Why we are here today is because I want to give you guys live updates from January. Are you guys ready? Just pick your popcorn and probably a glass of drink or something, because this is like a chit chat and it's something that I believe you're gonna enjoy. So what happened in January? January 1st was the worst way to start the year for me, this 2024. I noticed that something was always moving inside this couch, and you know, I've been talking about it to my friends, and I was like, okay, I want to open it from down. I want to be sure maybe it's rat or something. I was not sure what exactly that thing was. So thankfully, Susan came around and I was like, please, can we just open this thing together? And I took the couch outside and I opened, thinking it was a rat. Guess what? Termites has affected the couch. How come? I don't know. Later I got to know that it was through the wood that was used for the couch, which according to the furniture that I used, because it's one of the furniture that I've been using over the years, it doesn't do rubbish. But maybe it was a mix-up or something, I don't even know. So if you notice that around January, I changed from ash color, because this couch used to be ash. We changed to black. It was not because I was ready to change the color of the material or something. It was because of what happened. And before I know, in January, I was so worried. I was destabilized. You know, I started the year very rough by opening this couch. And before I know, some of my electronics was affected by the light that was given, like the voltage was too high and it entered into my fridge, some of the electronics in the house, and I was so worried. I was done. My fridge was not working at that point in time. The only thing I had was just the fridge. I don't have a freezer, and I was like, God, why is everything happening in January? And you know the way January is, like, January is one of the longest months in the year, and it's not like I did not plan for all these things. Why am I spending so much on it? Because I already have my plan for other things I really want to spend money on. But to cut the long story short, January was rough. It was tug of war between things in the house and spending. Like, I was just spending so much. And at some point I was just angry at myself for, starting the year the way I started it, by opening my couch. I should have waited for maybe after the new year. I should have waited and all of that. But yeah, we move, and moving on, we moved to February, and February was that time of the year where I entered into 500 level first semester, and we started the first semester in February. Yeah, it was not the time that we entered, because we started 500 level first semester around November-ish, I think October. So we started the exam in the month of February, and I was running etasketa. Why? Because I spent my school fees and it was time for payment. It was like 1 week to my exam that I paid. I could not pay the full tuition. I paid half. Just imagine. I started the exam went well. I finished in the month of March. During that period, I was not consistent on YouTube, you guys know, and I had to post it that, okay, I was going through exam and all of that, so I could not combine. And you already know that content creation and schooling is a lot of work, especially if you are schooling in Nigeria. Nigerian schools are always stressful. And thankfully, moving to March, after the exams, I think I finished around that mid-March. That was around 15th or 16th of March. That was the first semester for 500 level, and I was so excited because I know I have just one more semester left for uni. And I remember that I reached out. I've always wanted to start documenting on things, so I've always been talking to Arthur. We were friends before that time, so I was just like, let me just give this thing a shot. And voila, around that 20 something, I think 20th or 21st of March, I went for my first hunting, which was a good experience. I came back, I was very sick. I told you guys in a vlog, even though I did not explain how terrible the sickness was, but the girl did not pack up, because I told myself that it was because it's just a new thing that is coming into my system, and I'm not used to that system of whereby I sleep in the bush for 3 days. So I was just like, okay, when is the next hunting? I went for the next one. And moving on to April, May, and in the month of May, my sister gave birth. Our first one gave birth to a bouncy baby girl, and I was so happy. And in that month of May, I had eyes infection. Even though I only told you guys about it, I didn't tell you how terrible it was. I went for a particular trip, which was Ijebu Waterside. We went to shoot a content around there, and the place was not a really good place to go. Honestly, if you ask me over and over again, I will tell you, if you cannot lodge outside that town, please don't even go there. I had eyes infection from there. I was so sick, and in between all these things, I was still attending lectures in the school, because second semester started immediately after first semester. I was so sick, like I was sick for more than 2 weeks, that I could not step out of the house. I was getting the treatment from the house, and thankfully I was later healed. Like, thank God for God, because that sickness almost, you understand, I'm not gonna say it with my mouth. Fast forward to June, exam was fast approaching. That was second semester exam, the final one. I was so pumped, even though I was not really ready, like I was not fully prepared. I've not paid my second school fees, like the, what's it called, because in first semester I paid half, second semester I got to pay half, so I was not fully ready. But later I paid, and I traveled like a week to my exam. I was on a trip. I'm not even gonna lie, I was on a trip. I came back maybe 3 to 4 days after. Then I settled. I was still editing, I was posting, and I was reading as well. I think during that period I was vlogging, so you guys saw all that. And before I know, in the month of June, towards the ending, when the exam was about to start, that was when a lot of shit happened to me. You know, I don't know how to describe this best, but I will just try and just speak around it. Towards the ending of June, I experienced a betrayal of friend. I experienced a massive breakup. You know, when you are being betrayed, there will be breakup. And these were coming from close friends, like close friends. I was heartbroken, like during the course of my exams, like 2 days to my exam was when this thing happened. It wasn't like I was not seeing it, but I'm this kind of person that I always give benefit of doubts. Like when people do things, I would just be like, maybe it's because of this, maybe don't. Like even when I know that, okay, I'll be like, I might be wrong. I'm this kind of person that give people benefit of doubts a lot. So I was seeing the red lights everywhere, but I was just like, no, they can't do that shit to me. It's not possible. We are friends, we are too close for that and all of that. Before I know, it was 2 days to my exam. That almost broke me. Like I was heartbroken. But one thing I told myself is I've really suffered when it comes to academic wise. Like I've really suffered. I told myself that this exam, I'm gonna write it, I'm gonna come out in flying colors. So I had to shifted all my attention away from the betrayal and breakups and all of that. I had to shift my attention into reading. I was reading like, oh my gosh, I read so well, and I'm so happy that when the results came out, oh my god, my results was wow. But yeah, from ending of June to mid-July was the time that I wrote my final exams in school. And in between all this, the project was going, like I was writing my projects one after the other, you know, taking chapter 1 to the supervisor, number chapter 2, chapter 3, going for questionnaires and all of that, you know, survey. And even though I didn't vlog all those parts, because going to school and vlogging is not something that is always easy. Personally, it's not easy for me. So you might plan that, okay, you are going to so place to print, and before you know, you get there, maybe people are plenty, or you don't even have the time to go there because of lectures and all of that. So I'm not the type that really carries you guys. I know that I've not been carrying you guys along when it comes to school things, but yeah, when I finished in the month of July, it was mid-July, that was on 14th of July. So I started reflecting all over again. The moment I dropped my pen, a lot of emotions were running all over me. You know, I had the betrayal that was there, was pending. I remember that I did not have a mom any longer to share the good news with. I only shared with my dad and my siblings, and I was done. Guys, I was done for almost 3 weeks. I could not get up, like I could not get out of my emotions, because I was just like, why is life so unfair to me? You know, there are some things that will happen to you and you will start asking series of questions, and you feel like, okay, the whole world is against you and all of that. That was how I felt at that point in time. And before I know, July to August, then when August came out, I just told myself that I have to pick up my broken pieces, that rejoice. When you fall, you have to rise again. That was what I told myself. And I remember that in the month of June, I also launched my fashion brand, but shit happens and I could not. Then I told myself that this year, I said I'm gonna launch like 3 business of mine. And I was like, it's already mid-year, moving to second was it second quarter or third quarter? I can't, you already know what I'm talking about. And I was like, okay, this is August, will I still remain like this? So I started my perfume business in the month of August, and honestly, the business, God has really been faithful. Like I don't know how to describe how marvelous, how glorious, how gracious God has been when it comes to this, my business. God has really been faithful. Let me just take you back a little bit, because in the month of, I think, July, early July, when I was still in the midst of exams, I noticed that I was trying to call my younger brother, that I wanted to update him about something, but he was not picking. At some point, he picked his call and he told me that he has been busy, and which I totally understand, not knowing that my brother had a ghastly, terrible accident, a car accident. It was one that actually drove, and it was between him and a trailer. My brother live in Kwara State. I'm from Kwara State. We have more of trailers along our roads and all of that. When I finished my exam, when I was told, was it when I finished my exam or I can't even remember. I know that I was done with the exams, but towards the ending of July, I was in my own feelings, but none of them, I was not sharing with them at home that this is what I was going through or anything. So when I was told that on 3rd of July, my brother had accidents and the car was damaged, like, oh my God, I will try and reach out to him if he can send me the picture of how the car got wrecked. Maybe I'll be able to put it for you guys so that you can see. And I was like, ow, why don't you call me? You know, those kind of big auntie or whatever. But they were like, you were writing exams. We should not put all this burden on you again. Not even know that. At that point when they were sharing it, I was not even fine. Emotionally, I was not there. Mentally, I was not there. And to cut the long story short, we thank God my brother survived it. He's ill and healthy. We thank God for him. And running in August, the business was going. I stopped traveling for like 3 weeks. I concentrate more on the business. You know, it's a new business, so I had to reach out to people, do some social media work and all of that. And yeah, moving to September, which was my birthday. Okay, lest I forget, around that ending of August, there was a trip, and I really do not want to go for the trip, but because this person was not that kind of person that would not go for the festival and all of that, I was just like, okay, let me summon myself and gather every of my pieces together and travel. So I traveled for the festival. On our way coming back, I had an accident, a bike accident. And when I went for the festival, guess what? I took along some of my perfume. You know, when you are starting a business, a new business, you have to take it everywhere. You have to put it on your head if it's possible. So when I went for the festival, I took a lot of perfume, not even some, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of perfumes traveled with me. So while we were coming back, I had the accident, bike accident to be precise. The brake of that bike actually failed. And you know, it was a disaster. A lot of perfumes broke, body mist and all of that, they broke. But we thank God. I was just like, thank God. Sheba no die. Thank God. And moving forward to September, which was my birthday, I had a lovely birthday, even though I didn't have any plan like that for the birthday because of things that, you know, from January to August, like everything was just rough, up, down. And I was like, there's nothing to celebrate, please. I don't want to avoid this long run. I would see, I'm this kind of person that I always talk to myself. Just get up. You know, you don't have anyone to encourage you. Just get up. And few days to my birthday, I went for photo shoots, and I did my photo shoots. And on my birthday, I didn't plan to invite my friends, but along the line, I just called few people, and we were together in the house. We drank, we ate, we married together, and the birthday went. I know the vlog is not out, but don't worry, in 2025 you guys will get to see the video. I'm sorry, I really wish I've edited that video, but I don't know what has been holding me down to edit that video. I know something is just not right, but yeah. Moving on to October. October is one of the months in my life that I can never forget any longer, because that was the month that I lost my mom. And the moment we started the month, I just noticed that my feelings, my emotions, like everything about me was not right any longer. I was missing her. I was always crying throughout the month of October. If you watch my blog during that, I spoke about it that, oh shush, October was not a very good month for me at all. Even though good things happened in the month of October, like I got a lot of new appliances for the house. I got a lot of things, like normal material things, but you know, the other aspect of my life, I was just like, I'm not there. And to cut the long story short, I was overwhelmed. You know, that feeling that you will just be crying, like you will cry to the point that your face will change, like it will deform your whole face. And you look at me, I have a round shape face, and when I cry, oh my woo gone like everywhere. You don't want to see me after crying. And the fact that I have a very big eyeball, oh so it started 23rd. Before I know, oh, I was not fine, I was not mentally there, and it was a lot, and it took me weeks again to get off from that emotions. And one thing I'm grateful for is, even when I'm done, I always try and work, even though most times I might go 2 weeks without uploading, which is not my normal way of life, honestly. Because if you know me, if you're an OG on this channel, you know that I'm very consistent. Like, I think whatsoever I'm doing, I make sure I do it well. That's my belief. Whatsoever I find myself doing, I always love to do it well and try all my possible best. But this year it wasn't the way I planned it. And moving on to November came. I had to talk to myself and be like, I cannot continue to live like this. That what will be my gain? And this thing affected me so much that steady, I always lose weight. Like, I don't have to diet, I don't have to, I'm just losing. This week you can see me, I've gained little. The following week I would have lost times 2 of whatsoever I've gained. It has affected me so much. And thankfully for November went well. I went out. Like, since I lost my mom, I stopped going to parties. I don't attend parties any longer. I don't relate like the way I used to. Like, that extrovert part of me just died straight. Maybe adulthood actually contributed, but that other side added a lot to it. And voila, to December has been a very good month. I'm grateful for life, for business, for my YouTube channel, for you guys. We grew so much this year. God helped us so much. And towards ending of December again, what happened? My dad was heading somewhere and he had an accident. And my dad is that type of person that will always tell you, don't take bike. He disliked the fact that I'm always flying bike within Ibadan. He doesn't like it at all. But on this particular day, he said he doesn't feel like driving and he wanted to see someone, which was his elder brother. And it was just like, he's not far, let me just go ahead and see him. I've not seen him in like weeks. And he took bike and he had accidents before he got there, and from there he was rushed to the hospital, and we are still there, sha. But I'm just grateful for 2024. It has been a year filled with ups and downs. It has been good, it has been rough at the same time, and I'm looking forward to better 2025, trusting God for my dreams, my goals, trusting God for a better life in 2025. And yeah, that is all we have for this life update. I just feel like it is necessary that I talk to you guys, being the end of the year, to let you guys know what has happened. Even though it's not everything, there are some parts that we cannot talk about on camera, you understand. But yeah, I believe you all enjoyed the little that I have shared. And this is a message to everyone that whatsoever life throws at you, try to embrace yourself, try to get up. Don't forget that when there is life, there is hope. Even when we lost a lot, because this year I lost couples of money, like a lot happened. Jeez, I don't even want to talk about the aspects where I lost a lot of money. But yeah, when there is life, there is hope. Better 2025. And I wish you guys happy new year. I wish you a good year, a loving one. All your dreams, your goals will be achieved and even beyond by God's grace. And I will see you guys in 2025. Bye.